Today he's got us making vegan jerky, and here's what goes in it. Half a cup of Bragg's liquid aminos, half a cup of water, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, that's optional, and an 8-ounce packet of Butler soy curls.
Look what I have here. I've got equal parts of water and soy sauce, Bragg's liquid aminos, or if you're going to use the soy sauce, use the low sodium soy sauce. Equal parts like that of the liquid. We've got a little bit of brown sugar here, and then I have just 1 tablespoon of olive oil.
All right.
Which the only reason I do the olive oil is to give it that sensation of grease.
Okay.
You really don't need to, and even when we're at home, very often I don't use the oil.
Okay, so it's more the sensation than the taste.
Just because we're used to doing it that way.
Right.
But was that simple ingredients or what?
Yeah, they're all gone.
Once this comes to a boil and the sugar gets dissolved, then we're going to add some of the Butler soy curls. And I don't know if you've used Butler soy curls before, but
I have, and I wasn't sure quite what they were meant to be used for. So I think I'm learning something today.
I've used these on hundreds of different things. And
really?
Basically what it is just 100% whole soybeans, non-GMO.
That's the beauty of these.
It's just the whole bean. Pound for pound, when you add water to this, it's less expensive than chicken.
Yeah,
so,
and I'll bet it's got a heap more protein too.
Exactly. So this looks like it's boiling pretty good there. And then we're just going to add this to it. Now this is a very quick process here, because once you get it here, you're going to want to give it a little stir like this.
I don't know if I want to try that at home. Looks dangerous.
Yeah, a wok works really good if you have a wok.
Oh,
because it's got more of the curved sides on it, and it conducts heat a little better.
Right.
I do use a wok at home.
Okay.
But all you're doing is you can see where the water is starting to evaporate.
Yep. So you're just going to keep working it until that water goes down?
Yeah. And this is an exact recipe as far as the water content goes and the flavor and everything. But we also have recipes for ones using A1 or 57 steak sauces. You can do teriyaki. And see, all you're doing is you've got enough to get that moisture in there, and then it's kind of giving a little
you're
steaming.
Rehydrating it and dehydrating it kind of at the same time.
Right. You're getting that little steaming action in there.
Yeah, right.
And it's also crisping a little bit on the outside too. So, but just like that, and you're done.
Wow.
Is that easy or what? Yeah.
That's it.
There's some right there if you want to try it.
And how?
Because I would actually let this cool for a while.
Yep.
Then it's going to tighten up.
I've got to try this.
Even more.
Right.
But it's great for camping, doing different things like that. You could use it right here, right now, and actually toss it on salads. If you wanted a sizzling salad, you'd have your entire salad, put some of the hot on it, and boom, you're ready to eat it.
That is really, really good. Wow. I'm going to have to
just
go
like
and get
jerky.
some.
It's got the texture of jerky.
It has. It's chewy and tasty and A few years ago, my husband's sister made him a chocolate chip cookie cake for his birthday, and he's talked about it ever since because we've never had another. It's so decadent. But do you know what? I've got Chef Mark Anthony here today, and guess what he's making?
We're making a chocolate chip cookie pie.
Okay.
And this is made with einkorn flour. So we're actually using 2.5 cups of the einkorn flour. We've got 1/4 cup of coconut flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of applesauce, 1/2 cup of honey, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, and then I have a ground flaxseed and hot water, which is used as a binding agent, like an egg substitute, and then a couple cups of the carob chips. So what we do is wet ingredients and dry ingredients. So I'm going to let you put the wet ingredients in here, which is your applesauce, your honey. This is the ground flaxseed and water. It's an egg replacer, and it just thickens it up like that.
It's kind of gloopy like eggs.
And then that. And then I'm going to start working on the dry ingredients. So we're going to mix those together, and of course I've got the baking soda and the baking powder, and a little bit of salt. But I am going to mix this, and you can sift this if you like. A lot of people do the sifting.
Oh yeah.
I only do that for cakes. It really helps cakes, but for anything else, you can just take a wire whip like this and mix it, and you're good to go. So that works really good. Okay, and once you have yours mixed together, I have mine mixed together.
Yep.
Then we can put it all together.
All right.
Right here. And I'll put it in your bowl. You got the bigger bowl.
Okay.
So we're gonna put it right in your bowl.
Yep.
And now this will probably take a wooden spoon.
Mama's
to do
wooden
this part.
spoon, right.
In fact, I've also got this here that I'm gonna need to get a spray on.
Okay.
We're gonna give this baby a mix right here. Now the reason I invented this recipe was I actually did the what do they call it? Pancake. I actually make pancakes in these pans.
Oh yeah.
Put all the pancake batter in there, throw it in the oven, blueberry pancakes, anything you want. And you can
Really?
make those. And I thought, well,
then it's thick.
yeah, it just puffs up and it's gorgeous.
Oh,
one of my
wow.
recipes that. Now you see how thick this is too.
Yeah.
People would be like, einkorn flour acts a little differently than a lot of other flours.
It's still got the stretchiness of a gluten flour though.
It absorbs. Yeah, it still does have gluten in it.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if it's just a different type of gluten or.
Why the gluten sensitive people can tolerate it.
But we've had a couple people now that we've tested it on and that are celiacs or gluten intolerant, and they have not had a problem with this. So soon people will learn more about it. But okay, bring that on over here. And we're gonna just get this right in here. I love these recipes that's just mix your dry ingredients, mix your wet ingredients.
Biff them together.
Throw it in the oven.
Yep.
You're done.
Yep, and you walk away.
Now, you'll have to spread this out just a little bit.
Yep. But it looks like it spreads real easy then.
This is going to go in the oven at 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes.
That's all?
Yeah, and you want to just get some browning on the top. And you look at this like, how's that going to turn out? Well, we've got one right there that will show you how it's going to turn out.
Okay.
I haven't cut into it yet, so
Wow,
here
that
we
looks
go.
beautiful.
And of course, if you're going to cut pie, I kind of like getting my squares first.
Well, yeah.
And then from here, you can decide if you want to go this way for a bigger slice, or if you want to do a smaller slice, then you could do thirds. So you get your thirds this way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, whatever you want to do as far as slices go. And grab a pan, and we'll that plate right there. I'll see if I can get this underneath and see. Oh, look at that.
Ooh,
see how that works?
That looks beautiful.
Yeah, just like that.
Gorgeous.
You've got a chocolate chip cookie pie.
Let's see.
Taste panel. It is so good.
That is so good.
Yeah, amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to keep that a secret. Next birthday, my hubby's going to get one. I am so glad you're with us today, because if you're like me and you love sweets, you are in the right place. Today we're making a sweet treat that's not only delicious but also healthy, and we'll call them healthy scoop cookies. And here's what goes in them. 14 ounces of coconut flakes, 1 cup of quick oats, 1 cup of whole wheat flour, 2 cups of raisins, 1 cup each of dried cranberries, dates and cherries, 2 cups of chopped walnuts, 1 cup of honey, 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 cup of water, and 2 teaspoons of salt.
There's a lot of different ways you can do this, but I need to get you on the wet ingredients.
All right.
So let's go ahead and
Oops.
I'll just give that to you.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to do the wet ingredients. So we've got the honey, the peanut butter, which you're going to have to mix those two first a little bit. If you put the water in there, you're just going to have this swashing, but you're not able to really blend it. So if you just put the things in individually, then you don't have that problem.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to work on the dry ingredients over here. Of course, for the dry ingredients, I've got the coconut, which it uses a lot of coconut on this one. It is a.
But if you're a coconut fan like I am, it's perfect.
And your oats, your flour, and I can even put the walnuts in with this.
And so the coconut and the walnuts are going to add your fat, your healthy fats.
A little bit of salt. Did you see how that works though? Because if you tried to do it with the water in there, it ends up being a problem.
Okay, in it goes.
Yeah, and you can chop those if you want. Sometimes we'll put them in a food processor and chop the
and get a little of that juices out.
Right.
Ooh, nice.
And that works very well too.
This is starting to remind me of a New Zealand Christmas cake. You know, we always do fruit cake for Christmas, so this is looking not dissimilar. Now this must be the cherries, huh?
Yep.
Ooh.
And you can see how much easier it was to blend when you waited on that water.
Yeah.
And then you get those dates are actually
they're unusual.
not real dates. If you got a close up on this, they're literally a chopped date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So
And,
they're pre-chopped for you. So
it's 100% pure dates. They just chop it and blend it and turn it into little pebbles. But it's like 1/10 the price of getting real
really?
dates. Yeah.
Oh.
So, okay, we're gonna put that right in here.
Oh, this goes into that. All right. Here
In
it
fact, this one
comes.
feels a little more salt.
You didn't want that added little by little, did you?
Nope.
Because if you did,
Nope, I'm good at blending. We're good at blending. Woo! Okay. Now, let me share with you the reasoning behind this, okay? Because, you know, I like to teach the concept more than the recipe because once you get the concept, then you can really run with it. And basically what you have here is a bunch of products, which you can kind of use any, but you get that flour and water in there, and that's your binding agent. In fact, grab that sheet pan, yeah. So you've got a binder to hold it together. See, that's the whole thing.
right.
You've got to have a binder. And so your flour, if you're a celiac, you could actually use the coconut flour.
Oh, of course.
Something like that.
Or
bean
an
flour.
oat flour.
Yeah, oat
Just
flour.
yeah, that's my stand-in. As I get some gluten-free oats, whiz them up in the blender.
You can see how
and
that's
nice flour.
looking pretty good, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then scoop cookies.
Scoop cookies. Got to have the scoop.
And of course, you can use any size scoop you want. Usually, I over scoop them and then kind of press them out
I
so
see.
that they go on the outside
Sorry,
like
that's
that.
in your way.
And you can scoop a couple of those,
Roll up the sleeves. Put on the gloves.
and you can just basically do it by hand
Got it.
and like that. These are going to go in the oven for about 40 minutes, and you can see the finished product right there next to you.
Oh yeah, look at your one. It's nice and neat.
Yeah, you can scoop and mold them that way.
Yeah.
But there you go, just like that.
All right. So we'll do some surgery on this.
Delicious. Simple, healthy, some good energy. You're going on a trip or something like that, but I think they'll love it.
Fantastic. Thanks, Mark. Our special guest in the kitchen today has been a private chef for celebrities, but also chef for thousands of people at a time. So we've got Chef Mark Anthony. What's in store for us today? Because now you're our private chef.
Okay, well, glad to be here. I like doing things that are different and doing things that are original. And so right now we're going to be doing what is called a chickenless chicken salad.
Oh.
And it's chicken salad made out of tofu. Now, most chicken salads that are made out of tofu don't really taste even like chicken.
No.
So let's go over the recipe here real quick. I've got 1 brick of tofu. We've got some soy sauce or Bragg's that we're using today, liquid aminos. A couple of celery ribs, a little bit of red onion, a little bit of red bell pepper. And then I've got some basil and sage and rosemary and oregano because we're going to really blast this with flavor. You can also use some paprika. And then I've got either a simple tofu spread or mayonnaise, veganaise, something like that you can use. So let me grab a knife here, and we're going to do some cutting here. And you can see I'm just going to cut these babies about that thick. And I'm going to let you put these on the pan here, and we'll get these all laid out. Woo! And you can tell the thickness of it, what I'm doing here.
Yeah, if you work in metric, this is 1/2 centimetre.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, well, maybe 7 mil.
Actually, a lot of my recipes
Don't
now.
ask me in inches. What's that?
I'm
Your
doing-
recipes are metric?
Yeah, I'm
Yay!
doing yeah,
You're welcome to our world.
I'm doing the gram scales with weight and everything when it comes to baking. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have both on them.
Okay.
Okay, hit it with some of that Bragg's liquid aminos. And you're just gonna splash, 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 splash everywhere.
Really? Woohoo!
Yep,
I love
plenty.
making a mess in the kitchen.
Just load it up, load it up.
Am I being too
Yeah, load
meager?
it up.
We need to be more generous. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. We're really giving it a soaking now.
Okay, just like that. Now this is gonna go in the oven. It's
Right.
gonna take about 20, 30 minutes. Then you're gonna flip it over let it go for another 20, 30 minutes.
Right.
And just like that, it comes out of the oven like this.
Just like that. Whoa!
Now look at the completely different texture that you have.
Oh, waiter, this is rubbery.
Completely different texture.
You're supposed
Is
to
that
say
that
thank
rubber
you,
chicken?
thank you.
Is that
Yeah,
that rubber chicken joke?
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
And then what I do is I put it in baggies like this. And you can actually freeze these if you want.
So you just let it cool like that on the baking paper?
Yeah. And then you just go like this. All right, well, let me grab a knife here and in a bowl. Yeah, you got the bowl. Now watch how I chop this though.
Oh, with such finesse.
You can see how uniform and precise I'm chopping
Very.
it.
Takes
You
a long
have to have
time.
every piece exactly the same. I could really get all crazy and have this stuff going everywhere.
Oh yeah, now I see the resemblance.
Are you seeing it?
Yeah.
And the texture, see, you've got the moist on the inside and the crispiness on the outside, just like chicken. And so we're gonna put this right here. Mm-hmm. And then I would just do
extra vitamin C for that. Celery, right? This is celery?
Yep.
Oh, I like celery, but not too much. Red onion.
I'm gonna get some, and then add your mayonnaise to it.
Okay.
Well, actually, go ahead.
Yeah?
It's like a tofu spread. That's how you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Now, is that too much?
Well, we'll see. I'm gonna just add a little bit more. Now, flavor-wise, this is gonna be great just the way it is. There's no more salt in it because you have the salt from there.
Oh, because we had the brags, yeah.
But here's some sage, rosemary, oregano, and basil. And that is really blasting, I mean seriously blasting flavor into this. So let you stir that, and I'm gonna grab a bun over here. Oh, let's see, I got a bun right here. And whoop, got a sandwich tray right here. And we're gonna knock this out. All right, put that right there on. You can set it up.
Oh, look at me.
Yeah.
You're not gonna put me in your next restaurant, are you?
No. Hey,
Not without a bit of training.
kitchens are supposed to be messy.
Oh, are they? Oh, great.
Some of these people, they edit, you know.
Yeah.
And it doesn't show a real kitchen.
How's that?
Boom.
Boom.
Within 5 minutes, you've got a healthy sandwich.
I can't describe that.
Yeah,
That is absolutely breathtaking.
simple.
Thanks, Mark. Roll up those sleeves because we're in the kitchen and it's time to cook with Chef Mark Anthony. It's such an honor and a privilege to have him in our kitchen. What are we doing today?
Today we're going to be doing some smashing.
Smashing.
Chickpea salad,
Oh.
smashing.
Okay.
And I came up with the name smashing because I wanted something that was not completely blended, and you'll see by the texture that it has that smashing type of effect, even though we're using a food processor.
All right. Well, my mum would be proud. She says I break everything. So, yep, I can break these chickpeas for you. Yep.
Okay, here's our ingredient list right here for our smashing chickpea avocado salad. It's got 1 15-ounce can of chickpeas, 1 avocado, a couple stalks of celery, 2 scallions, 1 cup of parsley. I've got a tablespoon of nutritional yeast flakes, and then I've got the juice of a lemon and with a little bit of salt. So it's a really easy ingredients.
Okay.
And everything just goes right in the food processor.
All right. Shall I
So
start
let me
loading
get
that?
the avocado going here. And I like the way you do that, right?
Yes. Except I had a friend smashed it into her hand somehow.
Oh no! You've seen a lot of these people, they might go like this.
Yes.
I'm always scared to do that because, you know, the knife is kind of pointed right down at your
Yeah.
hand, so.
At my house, I have one of those scoops and it just goes right through. All the salt?
Yeah, start with half.
Half?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That looks like a lot to me right
Yeah.
there. And even the parsley, you know, you can just put in however much you want.
Right.
It's one of those recipes you really can't go wrong with.
But parsley is so rich in antioxidants. It also acts as a diuretic. So you've got a bit of blood pressure or you want to get rid of a bit of extra fluid, have some extra parsley, you know. It's really good little medicine.
Let food be thy medicine.
Yes.
So there's
Old
our avocado.
Hippocrates.
And what else do we need?
Some lemon
lemon.
juice.
I love your little lemon squeezer here. I have
well,
never
thank
seen one
you.
like this before.
Really?
It's got the lemon and the lime all in
Yes.
one piece.
Save space in your cupboard, right?
So like this?
Yes.
I do it right, don't I?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, upside down. Someone had to teach me too when I.
Yeah, that's the way I do it.
Oh, okay.
I've seen people do it the other way, but it doesn't get the juice out of it if, if you had that turned around that way. So.
Yeah. So that gets it all.
Okay.
Oh, that looks. I tell you, it smells so good with that lemon.
That is everything.
All right.
So you can just.
Time for me to go smashing.
But all we're going to do is pulse it. So we're just going to give it pulse, pulse, pulse.
All right. You tell me.
Keep going. You're going to get a. In fact, we're going to give it a little.
Do I need to wipe it down?
Yeah,
or anything?
exactly.
Okay.
I'm pretty good at doing that, just by habit.
Yep.
Yep. About double what you just did.
All right.
You'll be there. I'm going to get some tomatoes going here. There you go. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I had a smashing time.
Smashing. And there you go. That one can go right in the bowl there.
Oh, it's smashing. It's not smashing.
In fact, if you want to grab me one of those buns over there too, that'd be great.
All right.
I've got a whole bunch of things going on here.
So you're going to show us how to actually use this.
Yeah, there's a number of things.
We don't have to eat it just like this. You know what? I'd want to put this with pasta. Have you ever done that? No?
No, not like a cold pasta?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like pasta salad. No?
I have all these secret recipes, but then I give them to you, and then it's
They're no longer,
a secret recipe.
And then you have to rush off and create another secret, right? We like that. Keep doing it.
I say share these recipes with other people.
You know, as you share, back it comes. It just reinforces it, and that's really helpful. So I'm getting in your way.
You can see how much texture this has. It has body to it, so it's not creamed into a mush. It still has body to it, and that's what I'm looking for. And the nice part about this is you're basically making a recipe without all the fat from the mayonnaise. All these people blast with mayonnaise, and I wanted something where I've got a good fat in there.
Yeah.
So just like that, boom, you've got a gorgeous chickpea salad that's healthy and tastes fantastic.
You're right. Fantastic. Thanks, Mark. We're in the kitchen with Chef Mark Anthony, and something is smelling wonderful right now. Mark, what are you up to?
Waffles! It's a waffle day!
It's waffles!
Yes. And I made it easy. I made it easy for people to do waffles, and anybody can enjoy these because they're also gluten-free.
Serious?
Yes. I actually make them with oats.
So what else goes in them?
Well, here's the recipe right here. We've actually got 6 cups of soy milk and 6 cups of oats, and you can use the regular oats or the quick oats. We've got a 1/4 cup of ground flaxseed, a 1/4 cup of honey, a tablespoon of vanilla, a tablespoon of salt, and a tablespoon of cinnamon. Equal parts of oats and liquid. You mix them together and you can flavor it any way you want.
So you could take 3 cups and 3 cups, or
6 cups and 6 cups.
Yep, right.
And as long as the liquid equals the actual oats, you're going to have it. Here's the other nice part about it. Let me check and see if this one's done yet. Oh, it's got about half a minute.
Smelling so good.
Because you could actually take equal parts of oats and orange juice or pineapple juice, or you can make, there's just hundreds and hundreds of different variations. Okay, we're good. Let me share this with you. Grab that plate over there, and we're gonna see if I can get this out of here. This one's been going for a few minutes here already, and whoo, there you go.
He's got
just
chef's
like
hands. Did you see that?
Yeah, don't try this at home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this a little spray. I didn't spray it on the last one. But let me share with you what we're gonna do here, because this is see how thick it is?
Yep.
And that's about the thickness you're looking for. And if you let it set a little while, sometimes it'll thicken up even more. Then you just add a little more liquid to it. And then you're just gonna pour this in here.
Sort of wait until, if you've got a vortex, you're about right. If it's a vortex that goes all the way to the blade, it's a bit thin, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. And so you can see how I kind of just barely get to the outside there. Do this, give it a flip. I like these type of waffle irons because it really gets those deep pockets.
So your batter pours into your grooves.
Yeah. But you can decorate it any way you want. I've got a whole bunch of ingredients there for you to decorate.
Are we going to go whipped cream and chocolate chip, or are we going to go berries? Berries for our eyes, right?
Go ahead, you can do it.
And then you can use oats that are gluten-free, or oats don't contain gluten, but they can be often contaminated. So
it all depends. The processing factories sometimes will work the same type of thing in wheat. What we will do is freeze these.
Okay.
And But what you have to do is you have to freeze them individually. And I'll take a sheet pan and then just freeze individual quick freeze, IQF. And then after they're frozen, then you can bag them together like this and see how they're still separated? Because if you take them like this and then just take them right in a baggie, which a lot of people do that, and they just kind of melt together, and then you have a lot of difficulty trying to pull them apart. So you just freeze them first, individual quick freeze, and then you can pull these out and cut them, put them right in the toaster, and in
That's what
minutes.
I love about this. When I have gluten-free patients and they go, oh, I miss my bread. And I say, you don't need to miss your bread, you can make waffles.
Yeah, and this one is even out of oats, so.
Oh, I've got to
works
try
really well.
this. I've got to try this. Are you indulging? No.
I'm all for it.
Oh. You can have the chocolate chip and whipped cream.
Like I said, the flavor.
That is so crunchy and yummy.
My wife made the topping. That's.
It's so good. I just love that.
But as far as the waffles go, the flavor is where it's at. So if you want to go with, this is more of the traditional, vanilla and cinnamon. You can also do peanut butter and different. I mean, you can really get crazy with variations just once you know the equal parts.
You can put peanut butter in your waffles.
Yes. I mean, there's so many things you could do.
Who would know?
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Mark. That's
There we go.
great breakfast.
Easy.
Many of us, when we transition to a plant-based diet, really struggle with the cheese thing, right? But I'll bet Chef Mark Anthony has got that problem nixed for us today.
Yes, I do. I've actually got a lot of cheese, vegan, healthy cheese recipes, and today I'm sharing with you one of my favorites.
I love getting people's favorite recipes. Here's what goes in it. 2 cups of water, 3 tablespoons of agar powder, 1 cup of raw cashews, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast flakes, 1 tablespoon of powdered soy milk, 1 teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/8 teaspoon of mustard powder, and 3 tablespoons of fresh dill weed. Mark, what have you got going on over there?
Got some water boiling over here, and we're just going to add 3 tablespoons of agar powder to this and get this baby broke down is what we're doing. So we're going to let this cook a little bit here and get that baby broke down for us. If you want, this has just a couple more seconds here. It's already breaking down very well.
So what are you looking for as you're boiling that agar egg? Because that's a new product for many of us.
You're just breaking it down. It's just turning into a
kind of jelly-like.
Yeah, just that's all you're doing.
Giving the firmness to the cheese.
Yep.
Yep.
And then what you got here is we're gonna do some blending. Okay. So all the other ingredients go right into the Vitamix here, the blender.
Yep.
So we've got lemon juice, we've got our nutritional yeast flakes, our powdered soy milk, salt, garlic and onion. I'm real big about garlic and onion.
Oh yeah,
and
can't go wrong.
And mustard is one of those secret ingredients
is that
for
right?
this one. Huh. I've actually done this recipe probably 7 or 8 times before I actually ever got it where I wanted it.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of times I'm doing recipes over and over and over, and then once I get it perfected, then we look at it. Right.
Then you put it in one of your lovely books.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. So we're just going to bring this in here, and then give this a blend. And this is going to take a little bit.
Do you keep that for last, or do you put that? Okay.
Right at the end we're going to put that in. Now this is going to take a little work, and then at the last I'll put the dill in.
Right.
You can tell how creamy it is already. Yeah.
Very smooth.
And of course, usually I'm scraping down the sides here a little bit. Oh, I can smell it already. So I still want those pieces of dill.
For the last blast.
Right, because I still want to have, I don't want it blended too much on the dill part. So we're just going to just kind of.
Yeah, you don't want to turn it green,
wholesome,
right?
Right. And that should do. All right. Now we're going to grab that container right there.
This one?
And, yep. And I'm going to trade you with this.
All right.
And then we're going to put this right in the container here. And, ooh, it's hot. And you can see some big pieces of dill in there.
Oh, yeah.
Most of it got blended up pretty good. But you don't have to worry about those too big pieces of dill. You can chop it up a little finer if you want.
Hey, who minds having some extra dill? I don't.
Yeah. And it really takes a spatula to get in here. Set that aside for now.
Thick. Look at it.
Then you put that in the fridge, right?
Uh-huh.
Let me share this with you. And when it comes out of the fridge, boom.
That is slicing cheese.
Right, exactly. Look at this. This is one of those few things that, oh, you should taste it. It's just.
Don't worry, I will.
There you go.
Mind my fingers the right way.
Yeah, yeah. But it's amazing. It's just like, you got to be kidding me. Now, this is not a melting cheese, like a lot of cheeses melt.
Well, it melted in my mouth.
You'd have to use a carrageenan or something like that. But for sliced cold cheeses, you could cube this into cubes if you wanted. Instead of slices, you would actually take a bigger piece and go like this, and you'd have your cubed. So if you wanted
to throw in a salad,
right, depending what your presentation is for.
Beautiful. Thank you.
It's all good.
It is. It's kitchen time and it's cookie time. It doesn't get any better than that. So we're going to make cookies that are good for you and taste good, not like your regular cookie down at the store. And with me today to help me make these cookies is Justin. Justin, do you like cookies?
I gotta say, I love my cookies.
What's your favorite?
Peanut butter cookies really take the cookie, so to speak.
Okay, well hopefully these will become your second favorite cookies because these are carrot cookies.
Ooh, carrot cookies.
And you could try adding peanut butter to them, I guess, but tell us what's in them.
Okay, so these carrot cookies have half a cup of whole wheat pastry flour, a quarter cup of rolled oats, a quarter cup of coconut, half a teaspoon of baking powder, a quarter teaspoon of salt, a third cup of chopped walnuts, half a cup of grated carrots, a quarter cup of raisins soaked in water overnight, a quarter cup of maple syrup, a quarter cup of coconut oil, half a teaspoon of fresh ginger grated, a pinch of cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of vanilla.
Wow, lots of good things in there.
Yeah.
So why don't you start by chopping the walnuts for us, and I'll start putting all the dry ingredients together. You know, classic recipe. Mix the dry ingredients first.
Try to chop the walnuts and not my fingers off.
And not your fingers off, that's right. For the baking powder, we have aluminum free, or if you say it where I come from, it's aluminium free baking powder. Throw in that pinch of cinnamon. And if you like more than a pinch, go for it. What we're going to do is put these wet ingredients together. So the coconut oil, you want to put it in the microwave for perhaps 25 seconds, and just so it goes, because I keep mine in the fridge, it's pretty solid, so it needs to be melted. So it's solid there. And then we're going to mix our wet ingredients together here with our coconut and our ginger. How many cookies do you get with fresh grated ginger? And I tell you, that's so special.
I think we're about to find out. I'm just chopping here. You tell me when to stop.
Well, what do you think? You ready for cookies, or are they look pretty good?
They look ready for cookies to me.
I think he's a good chopper. All right, so we've got our wet ingredients. So now we're going to add our carrots into here. I love carrot cake. And these are a little bit like carrot cake.
Oh, so they're like little bite-sized carrot cakes?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe you can put that frosting. Oh, no. Did I say that? Ooh. Okay, and those raisins are nice and plump.
You soak them in water overnight.
Right, so they're soaked. You want to throw those nuts in here? All right, and now we'll throw in the wet ingredients. Actually, do you mind just emptying the cookie sheet there of the dishes so that we can start laying out these cookies? Wonderful. I'll give that to you too. Thank you. Oh, you mean you don't want to drive the cookie,
Oh, I'll let
the
you.
cookie machine?
Well, actually, that is kind of fun.
It is,
Scooper.
isn't it? Yeah, I love those things. They're so much quicker, though, if you don't have a nice, what do you call them? I guess a cookie maker.
A scooper dealie.
Ah, cookie scooper. You can just, you know, roll these little balls in your hands, and it takes a bit of mixing this through. But I think we've got it. All right.
I love the smell of that cinnamon and vanilla.
There we go. All yours.
Okay.
If
Just
you
like
need
that.
a spoon, you can use a spoon. Yeah. And you'll find this fills the sheet. Completely fills the sheet, so you get a good big batch for your family, or just for yourself.
That's
you
the
get
more
the
likely
idea.
scenario there.
I think it's time to taste cookies, Justin.
Okay.
I know it's fun to make them, but I think it's time
It's
to
just
taste
as fun to eat them.
them. Oh, definitely. Look at those raisins bursting out.
Love the cinnamon.
I love the coconut.
Yeah. That's really tasty.
So if you like cookies, these are really healthy. Make a batch, and you might make more than one batch actually. You might make 2 batches. What are we doing today, Justin?
Today we're going to make sweet roasted Brussels sprouts.
There's nothing sweet about Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll prove you wrong today.
Okay, what goes in it?
Well, this is awesome. This is a recipe I came up with for Thanksgiving. You're not going to believe how tasty it is.
Okay.
1 pound of Brussels sprouts, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 apples, and a 1/3 cup of walnuts.
Wow.
Pretty easy.
That sounds easy. What do you want me to do?
So if you'll just start slicing these Brussels sprouts in half,
All right.
and I'm going to dice this apple here.
Hopefully, we won't take any fingers off in the process.
Yes, let's keep all of our fingers.
You know, I've heard that Brussels sprouts get better rather than bitter after the first frost of the year. So,
Oh, is that true?
so don't buy your Brussels sprouts too early in the season because they get better.
That is a good tip.
Yeah. And you know, it's good to kind of chop these up ahead of eating them or ahead of cooking them.
Now I'm going to start,
Release all those good flavors and chemicals.
I'm going to just put a little dab of oil here and just going to saute these Brussels sprouts flat side down.
Oh, so don't do too many at once.
Yeah, you don't want to put too many in there.
Manhandle them.
And let me tell you a little secret about Brussels sprouts. The longer you cook them, the more bitter they get.
Is that right?
Yeah, so we want to not have super bitter Brussels sprouts, so we're just going to lightly saute them,
All right.
just till they start seeing that bright green.
Okay. I'll turn them up here so you can see them
Perfect.
amongst all the
We'll
leaves.
just throw all these in there.
Oh, and there's one I missed. The one that nearly got away. There we go. Oh, look at all that good stuff.
Yeah. These are like delicious little mini cabbages. So you just saute those till they just start turning bright green and just get a little bit of a crust on the bottom.
Okay.
And when you're
So that's to give them that texture.
just to give them some texture, yep.
Okay.
And without them getting too bitter. So then we're going to just combine our apples and
Oh, you're like me. You just throw the whole lot in, the
just
core
throw
and
it in
everything.
there. This is a super easy recipe. I'll roughly chop these walnuts real quick.
So there's some added nutrition there with those walnuts, a little bit of fat to make it satisfy the appetite.
And the walnuts with the apples just tastes
Oh, I always love walnuts and apples
tastes
together.
great. And the apples are there to balance the acidity, the slight bitterness from the Brussels sprouts. You put
Okay.
it all together, it's wonderful. So let's just dump these in there.
All right, I'll bring this over for you.
All right. Just toss that all together.
Oh yeah, look how they've just changed.
Yeah, they're already just starting to get a little golden. So
All
we'll
right.
just bake that at 425 for about half an hour. And when it comes out, you've got this beautiful,
Oh, look at the colors. That's pretty with the red apples and the, yeah.
new favorite?
That is nice, yeah. That is a great way to do Brussels sprouts. Half an hour and it's done. Well, thanks, Justin.
Absolutely.
You want to try this if you've got too many apples and Brussels sprouts at the same time.